Eleanor, 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 it's Eleanor, Eleanor.
This shit's gonna hit the fan.
That's a good looking car right there, man. What's up? It is Casey from Caseyscustoms, and I am building Eleanor from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Let's get started. Before we get started here today, I'm going to let everybody know I have a video coming out Sunday at 11 a.m. It is going to be the giveaway for the 1954 Chevy. I said I would do a giveaway when I got to 100K. I have hit 100K, so it's time to give that car away. What you need to do is watch that video and comment the word Hot Rod. Everybody that comments Hot Rod on that video is entered to win the 54 Chevy. I'm going to have all kinds of details and stuff in that video, so you'll be able to watch it and kind of understand. But make sure you stay tuned. Watch that video Sunday 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. But for now, let's get to work on Eleanor. We are working on the beautiful, she's so beautiful, chassis swap 65 Mustang. Poor thing hasn't been on YouTube in probably a month. Unfortunately, all the videos have been doing pretty well. People love the Monte Carlo build. I love the Monte Carlo build. Very happy about it. I'm doing a lot of work on it. But this is still an unfinished project that needs to get painted, needs to get finished. We got a lot of work that still needs done. Let's jump right in. I finally got my scoops. I actually ordered these, I think 2 months ago. They were back ordered. I changed my mind on what I wanted. Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they are here. Now, I don't hate not having a scoop, but I think it'll help it. I think it'll look pretty cool. We have so much width going on back there. I think it won't hurt anything to have a little bit more. It might also suck. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill a hole, put them where they need to go, and then we'll kind of step back, see what they look like. If I like them, then I'm going to go ahead and probably mold them in so they'll be there full time. Let's drill some holes. The only problem I'm seeing is it looks like I drill a hole damn near right in the center of this. And then I tighten the hole from the inside, but since we don't have this on a stock 65 Mustang chassis, this is on a 2010 chassis, my floor is up a little bit higher than it's supposed to be, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to tighten the bolt. I can't get my hand in there. I think I actually closed that side off completely. I don't know. I say we drill a hole and then figure it out. Maybe I'll try and like get my hand down in there somehow. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but I do want to see what they look like on there, so yeah, let's cut some shit. Okay, great news. I absolutely love it. Bad news, there's no way to basically fasten it with the system it has. This bolt would need to be 6 inches long, and then you'd have to tighten it basically from the interior. It's just not working. I've done everything I could other than take the entire window out and start cutting the structure of the door or the structure of the quarter panel, which I don't want to do very badly. What I did was I just drilled a couple holes in it and I got it held in with screws right now. That obviously wouldn't be good to drive, but these are meant to be molded in. So basically I just wanted to get in there temporary so I could look at it. I absolutely love it. I'm really happy with it. It definitely needs some sanding, needs a little bit better shape to it, but that's okay. It's fiberglass. It's kind of meant to be shaped a little bit. I'm a fan. I like it a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get this one mounted the same way with basically just some pilot holes. And then I'm going to pop these off. I think I have glue. If not, I can use fiberglass, but I'm going to run either a bead of glue or a bead of fiberglass along that edge. Get them screwed back in so they're held real tight and then let them dry overnight. And then what we can do is come in here. And once it's, a part of the quarter panel, this gap, I can mold in with fiberglass, so it'll be like one piece. It does kind of look cool not being molded in, so I don't know, I might change my mind on that, but it does look good. I like it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm definitely going to mold it in. If my fender flares weren't molded in, it would look kind of good to not have them molded in, look like a bolt-in thing. But since it's next to the fender flare that's molded in, we might as well mold them in as well. So, yeah. I was doing a little thinking out loud there. Sorry. Sometimes it happens. I'm thinking out loud, and I just happen to have a camera in my hand. But for now, let's get this other side mounted. Got it mounted. Looks good. I'm very happy with it. I do not have any glue, but I do have some fiberglass resin, some hardener, and a little bit of fiberglass. So I'm going to mix up some. I'm going to make it really, really runny. So it's basically like a glue. And I'm going to pop both of those off and then glue them. Once we get that done, I'm going to mount my spoiler. I had this spoiler mounted to the old trunk lid, but we got our brand new trunk lid in from the beautiful people at Holley. As you can see, it has no mounts for my spoiler. So we need to drill and tap some holes. It goes on there. It's like a NASCAR style spoiler, but I really liked how it looked. It's not too crazy back here, but it just gives a little something extra. But for now, we're going to have to dig into the fiberglass. It's always a sticky mess and it's not a ton of fun, but we got to do what we got to do. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just wasn't very strong. Look at all that dirt coming out. Oh! I have not used that fiberglass in a very long time. I probably shouldn't drink this anymore. Where's my hardener at? There it is. Cannot ever remember how much you're supposed to add. I feel like that was a lot. I think you're only supposed to do a couple drops. Oh, that was stupid. That was really stupid. Okay, well, we're moving real fast now. I don't need a ton of fiberglass, just a little bit in there. That was also a lot longer stranded fiberglass than I needed. Oh, we're not off to a good start here. Shit. The only good news is the shop is cold. So cold shop might help us with this not drying as quick as it's going to. Oh no. It's already getting tacky. Shit. Oh no. There's probably a lot better way to go about doing that. Okay. We gotta go to the other side, quick! Oh, it's getting tacky. It's really getting tacky. There's a race against the clock at this point. The good news is it's fiberglass. I mean, it's not the end of the world if I get it everywhere. It'll sand, but I'd rather not have to sand all over the place. Oh, whoo! I was nervous. It started getting tacky real quick there. But we're looking all right. It's fine. It slowed down a little bit. You know what I could do, actually? I could add a little bit of fiberglass resin or fiberglass cloth to the top of this. Check it out. We got a little bit extra time. I'm gonna rip off some of this. Just kind of add it around the edges and then comb it on. The only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to add so much fiberglass that it starts to change the shape, because I like the shape it has. So if I need to take some off, I'll take some off. Just add some on the inside, maybe. Oof. That might be a mistake. Let's back some of that off. Woo! I don't hate that. Let's do it on the other side. It's definitely getting tacky now because it's getting hot. If I wasn't in such a rush, I would definitely change my gloves because I got a bunch of shit stuck to my gloves, but we're committed now, baby. Awesome. That is off to a great start. Now, let's mount the spoiler. Done! I had to measure it 300 different ways, but it's good. We are in there now. I really like this spoiler. Also, fun fact, I had fiberglass resin on my hands, and I was like, oh, where'd this come from? That's weird. I had gloves on. Cleaned it off, no big deal. Started working again. Got it on my hands again. I'm going, what the hell is going on? Clean it off again. I was like, what? It's got to be on my, shirt or something. Couldn't find it. Came back over here, started working, had it on my hands again, and I go, what am I doing? Oh, I'm an idiot. I had resin all over the drill. So, had to get that cleaned up, and we're good now. Check it out. I absolutely love this. It's one of my favorite spoilers ever. So, that thing took forever. We had to wait, I think I had to wait like 6 weeks for it, but check it out. She's looking good, baby. Oh, also, I got my exhaust. We're gonna go with some giant exhaust tips in the back like this, because I decided to not go with a rear valence that I had set up. So I also actually have a new rear panel coming. This one has just been abused so much, and I was trying to fix it, and I got to looking at it, and it has so many holes in it from the valence that I was trying to use. I'm just going to cut it out and put a new one in. So whenever I put the new one in, do some big old cuts and have the exhaust there. I don't know. Since this one's already junk, maybe I will get the exhaust placement figured out on this one, because who gives a shit if I cut it and it's ruined, because it's going to come off anyway. So I don't know. I might still do that. I just haven't decided yet. That's what I want to do. But yeah, I think it'll help a lot with the look back here. Have some, you know, giant square exhaust cutouts. That does not look too bad right there at all, baby. All right, I'm done for the day. We'll come back and sand these whenever they dry.
The next day.
Check it out. It is the next day. Fiberglass is dry and looking really good. I really like the way these scoops came out. I am very happy with them. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to sand my fiberglass and my resin. I want to get it sanded all the way around so it's smooth, and then I want to come in here and do another coat. I'm not going to do a coat of resin type fiberglass. I'm going to do a coat of Duraglass, which is basically Bondo mixed with fiberglass strands. It's really strong. It's a lot stronger than Bondo. It's not quite as strong as real fiberglass, but it's kind of in there in the middle, which is going to be perfect because this is actually already really strong. So I want to get this all sanded down, and then we're going to go ahead and put some Duraglass over the top of it. Some people call it kitty hair. I call it Duraglass. It's basically the same thing. Let's sand this shit, baby. I started doing some sanding on my fiberglass, and sure enough, shipment just showed up. I thought this was back ordered for a couple weeks. I am so excited to get this because I really hate how badly damaged the rear pan is that I have. I thought I wasn't going to get that for a couple weeks also because they told me it was back ordered, but here it is. I did get the version with the reverse lights, which is good because I have the reverse lights. So I'm going to go ahead, get this thing all prepped to be cut out. I need to pop the bumper out, and I've fiberglassed and bondoed this one in. So I need to get that all out of there, and then we're going to cut it out. So yeah, let's cut some shit. So happy that I put a new rear pan on this because it looks perfect, and that other one was bad. I have a little bit of a dilemma. God, that looks so good. So happy I put a new pan on that. These are only like $100 too, so why would I ever not? My dilemma is I need to cut out the opening for the exhaust, and I don't really have my exhaust ran yet. There's a couple different options I could do. I could tack weld this like to the actual valence pan, and then whenever I get the exhaust done, just cut the tack loose. I don't love that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a bar on this that I can then weld to the frame that will have these free floating in the back, and I can get them exactly where I want them because I'll have them tack welded. And then what I'll do whenever I have the exhaust made, I'll just have the exhaust guy not only run the exhaust to hook them up, but have him just put hangers where I have this bar welded, and then I'm not up to, you know, their alignment and them trying to make it fit. If I have those exactly where they're going to be, all they have to do is just run the pipes to them. I don't want to do the exhaust myself because I need to cut it into duals. Right now it goes into one and all that. I don't want to do all that. I don't have a lift, so exhaust work is a real pain in the ass for me. So I think what I'm going to do is do that. I think it'll be easy. I'm going to go ahead, grind some paint off here, just put some sort of a bar or maybe even a piece of square tubing. I'm not going to weld it crazy, just tack weld it. And then I can then take that bar and tack weld it to my frame and really dial in exactly where I want these. I have faith with the exhaust plates, but I've got stuff back from the exhaust and I didn't love the way it looked. This way it kind of takes all that out of play. I guess it's not that much of a dilemma because it sounds like I already made up my mind. Let's weld some shit. I really should have done this while it was still jacked up. I'm stupid sometimes. I had this thing jacked up 3 feet in the air. I put it down. I'm like, oh, I should put it on. God, I'm stupid. Ow! 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 God, that looks good. Oh, I'm so happy with how this looks. Check out our exhaust. Ooh. Perfect. I think I might have those on the wrong side, but either way, I like them. I wasn't sure. I was thinking about shaving them, taking them off, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I might hate them too, but the exhaust is perfect. Ooh, she looks good. All right, I got to sand fiberglass. I've been really delaying the sand in the fiberglass. It's itchy. It's not fun, but it's time. So I'm getting ready to start sanding my scoops. I kind of want to finish off the fiberglass on that and then get some more Bondo, get some more Duraglass on it, so that we can finalize that shape and get it looking real good. I've walked past the rear of the car probably 3 or 4 times in the last day or two, and I think I need to put the bumper on. I want to see how it looks. I held the bumper up there while I was making the rear pan, and it looked good just holding it up there, but here's the funny thing. I have no reason to have the bumper on. I'm gonna have to literally take it off in probably an hour, but I wanna put it on just to see how everything looks in the rear end of the car, because I think it's gonna look great, but yeah, I'm an idiot. I mean, there's really no reason to put a bumper on right now, but here we go. Let's put this bumper on. Check it out. Got the bumper on, it looks good. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Right now, the exhaust tips are powder coated black, so they're kind of matching the coating on our new rear valance. But whenever that comes off, they'll stick out a little bit more. But they're not crazy loud. They're not in your face. They're just kind of smooth, and the angle is the same as the bumper. I just really like it. I also wasn't sure about the reverse lights, but after getting them on there, I love it. It's still, everything is smooth and clean. There's just enough going on that it's not boring back here. I like it a lot better than my giant rear air diffusers I had lined up. They could have been cool. They could have been great. I wasn't liking how they were working, and I think this came out a lot better. It's so much easier sometimes to just start with a new panel than trying to fix what you have. Even though the old panel was new, it just has been abused so much. It's nice to just put a new one on there. Oh-hoo! She's looking good, baby. All right, let's sand these scoops. As usual, I am, delaying the sanding because I hate sanding. So, after sanding on these, they're actually super strong and not going anywhere. But I'm going to do one more coat of fiberglass just to be safe. Last thing I want is my scoops coming off. But they're on there a lot better than I thought they were going to be, so I'm happy about that. I'm going to probably just get this on here and then use my finger like it's caulking. This stuff is thick. It's kind of funky because I want it molded in, but I don't want it to disappear, if that makes any sense. I want it molded in, but I want it to stick out. What I mean by that is I could easily just mud this whole thing into the quarter panel and it would look like it blends in. I don't like that as much. I like when you can actually see it sticking out. It looks like a scoop. That's how they're supposed to be on the race cars. Already getting dry because I added too much hardener. I'm running to the other side. While that's drying, I am gonna work on the windshield. Okay, our fiberglass is currently drying, and I got my trim kit in for the windshield. This is all brand new trim. I have no idea how it goes in. I have no idea if it's even going to work because we have modified our posts for our windshield because we widened everything. So I don't know. I wanted to get this installed before we got too far on paint in case some of this needed cut or removed or changed or whatever. Now is the time to do it. Definitely wouldn't want to get this all painted and then have to cut my post out because the trim won't fit. So I can also not use the trim. I don't know. I think the trim would be nice just to kind of, tie in stuff. We got chrome rims. We got chrome bumpers. There's really not going to be chrome anywhere else. Chrome windshield, chrome back glass trim would look good. I don't know. I might end up scrapping it. I'm not sure, but this is all brand new. It looks so pretty. Brand new shiny stuff does not do great in this shop, so we're going to handle it with kid gloves. I'm just get it all open, start laying it out where I think it's supposed to go, and yeah, we'll go from there. The little clips that hold this trim in is probably the dumbest design I've ever seen. Barely holds it in at all. Really not a fan of the little trim clips. I gotta trim this and trim that and we'll see what happens. The little clips I'm not a big fan of. I clipped them in there and they weren't holding it where I wanted it. It didn't look good. So I'm gonna get the trim fitting. If the trim fits good, I think I'll run a self-tapper screw or something. If you just did like a stainless steel screw, you wouldn't see it. Maybe just have it in a couple spots that would hold it. I could do probably 4 screws or 35 clips. Not a fan of the clips. That's a real pain in the ass. I don't know how you restoration guys do this shit, where you would have to, you know, put in every single little clip. There's no way. There's no way I would spend a day, 2 days on trim. Okay, great news. Minus the stupid clips that I hate, that I keep talking about how much I hate because I hate them. Everything fits pretty well. I need to do a little bit of trimming on this tab to bring this over. I need to do the same thing on the other pillar, but it's really something I can just basically grind off. So that's nice. This fits all very well. I was worried, you know, since we've widened it, that none of this was going to fit right, but it doesn't look too bad at all. This is off, like I said, because I need to trim the pillar, but really, really happy that it looks like it's going to be about 10 minutes of work. I was really thinking it was either going to need to be completely redone or just not used at all, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and order trim kit for the rear window. I hadn't ordered it yet because I just wasn't sure how it was going to look. I kind of like it, actually. I think it's going to work out really nice. So yeah, this is basically dry. I'm going to come back tomorrow. We'll just let this shit sit overnight and do some sanding. It is the next day. Our fiberglass is dry, ready to sand. What I'm going to do before I start on that, though, is I'm going to come in here, trim some of my metal so that the stainless trim around the windshield will fit a little bit better. Also, I want to shave the windshield wiper holes. I left them there because I was going to try and make something work, but in reality, I almost never run windshields on my hot rods. If you use like a good windshield wax, like Rain-X or one of those, you'll get away with about anything. I've probably had 50 hot rods without windshield wipers, and I've really never ran into an issue. So we're going to delete those, trim this. Hopefully that will fit a little bit better. And then I'm going to probably just do a little bit of body work up here on the hood, and then we'll just do a ton of sanding. As usual, I am delaying the sanding, so let's cut some shit. Check it out. Got the windshield wiper hole, whatever you want to call it. Got it all cut out. Got my new pieces in there. We just need to weld them up, grind them. This windshield is getting replaced. I did some silly videos to troll people where I was grinding it and people were like, oh, can't you believe it? These are like $150 brand new. The beautiful people at Holly are going to send me a brand new one for free anyway. So I'm not going to bother taping any of this up. So we're going to grind, get this welded, throw a little Bondo on it. I'm going to do a little bit of work on the hood too. I got some spots on the hood that need work. And then we're going to do a bunch of sanding. And I think I want to get everything primed. We'll take it outside and see how it looks. I really want to get the rear end primed, or the rear valence primed, because I want to see how all that looks in one color. But yeah, let's weld. Check it out. Got it trimmed, fitting very well. I'm really, really happy with how that looks. So we're going to put this baby away now. Hopefully I don't bend it or ruin it in one of the corners that I'm going to stash it. Let's get some Bondo going, baby. I got those to do, this cowl to do. The hood needs a bunch, and then the rear valence, and then also those. Wow, there's a lot. I shouldn't have started pointing because now I realize there's too much shit to do. All right, let's get to work. Okay, while the body filler is drying, I'm going to go ahead and try and put the rear window in. I do not know if I can do this by myself, but I'm going to go ahead and put the window rubber on and see if I can't get it thrown in there. I just want to test fit everything. I have the rear window trim showing up sometime next week, so it wouldn't be the worst thing to go ahead and get it in there and just test fit it. The good news is there shouldn't be anything that affected the fitment of the rear window. This front windshield, we did some cutting, we did some widening, all kinds of fun stuff. The rear window opening was unchanged. So it should be fine, should fit like normal, shouldn't be any problems. I'm saying should a lot, which is not always great. But yeah, let's throw the rubber on there and see if we can't get it thrown in. It's in there. It's not perfect. I really need another person on the inside, but it's semi-sealed and it looks fine. So the fitment that I was worried about is perfect. Like I said, I was 99% sure it wouldn't have mattered, but you never know. Sometimes things change. Really, really happy. It looks fine. That window is filthy. This will end up getting replaced as well. There's no point in going this far on a build and then using used glass whenever glass is cheap. So, sweet, baby. All right. I have delayed enough. It's time to sand. I'm running out of time today, but we're priming, baby. I need to tape off that exhaust real quick. I literally have 5 minutes to do this. Ooh, some of that is chunky. That's not good. All right, all I need to do, basically just throw some of my trim back up there. I'm just mopping it up so we can get it outside and take a look at it. Primer's all dry, it looks okay. I definitely should have mixed it a little better. It was like shooting chunks out of primer at one point, because I'm so lazy and just not mixing right, but it's all right, it's primer, it's coming off anyway. Oh my God. Look at this spider. Oh, that son of a bitch was just crawling down my neck. Ugh. He must have been living up under there somewhere. Oh, you gotta go outside, buddy. Get out of here. Oh, that was fucking creepy. Also, I'm a little bit out of breath because of that whole thing. I didn't show this yesterday, but I got one of my brand new vent windows in yesterday. I haven't got it out of the box yet, but oof. I got both of these coming brand new. It's so chrome, it doesn't even pick up on the camera right. There we go. Ooh, she's so pretty. So I'll have both of these new. I will say though, I kind of like the looks of it without the vent windows. It just looks kind of cool. But the plan is just replace everything on this. We're definitely not going this far and block sanding it 10 different times. And I'm going to recut these fenders to make my lines better and all that shit. We're not doing all that to have, you know, broken, used, shitty chrome. So I'll have the brand new chrome quarter windows too. Everything's going to be brand new whenever she's done. But yeah, cool. I got a couple more things to put on, and then we're going to take her outside. I haven't driven this in probably a month, but I'm lazy and I don't feel like pushing it. I just threw the battery in. Let's see what happens. Got a little bit of a problem. She looks amazing. The back looks so freaking good. I really love how this came out. It just looks so much nicer than it did before. And you know, the spoiler's racy, but not like super loud. I love it. Here's the problem. I think I hate this front diffuser. I was on board with it, you know, for a while, but it just, I'm not in love with it. The whole plan was to try and match, you know, the giant running boards that we have on there, or body kit, whatever you want to call it. I think this has to come off. I want to still leave the Shelby one, which is the one on the inside. That's like a Shelby whatever GT thing, but the one I added I think I hate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop it off real quick and then we'll do another walk around. I really don't have time to be doing this. I got shit to do, but I have to see what it looks like with it off. I should be able to just unbolt that. Yeah, we made a good decision. That looks a lot better. My front valence is all shitty and I gotta fix it, but I like that a lot better. I wish it was a little bit wider, but I can always make something to extend it a little bit, but that definitely cleans up the front end. I kind of liked the way it looked. I just, it doesn't match. Everything else now is a little smoother and a little streamlined, and that big old air diffuser just wasn't complimenting anything. That's a good looking car right there, man. My bodywork is so rough. I don't. I love the scoops. I wasn't sure on the scoops. I really, really like the scoops. They came out good. The fiberglass on them was a little not as nicely shaped as I'd like. I'm not going to shit on the company because I don't know who made them. They weren't from Holly. But some of their indentions were not great. Their fiberglass mold needs some work, but that's all right. We can sand it. That's nice. The only thing I might end up changing is those exhaust tips, maybe chrome instead of that powder coat black. I thought the black would look kind of cooler. I kind of like it when your exhaust isn't like this big showy thing too, so I kind of like them black. I'll probably leave them black, but they almost blend in a little too good. I'm happy. That's a good looking car, man. Still needs a lot, but she's my Eleanor. Eleanor. It looks nothing like Eleanor, but that's going to be fun to troll people this week. Oh, for those of you who didn't understand the whole Eleanor thing, the copyright was lifted. They realized it was fair use marketing because it's just a character from a TV show. Nobody owns the rights to the actual build. And for those of you who actually follow the build, this looks nothing like an Eleanor at all. So I'm obviously just calling it that for, you know, some laughs because I love to troll a little bit. But yeah, that's all it is, baby. Eleanor! I think we did a great thing by taking the front diffuser off. I'm sure that's going to make a lot of you happy too because a lot of people were not in love with it. I was just kind of holding on to it because I liked it, but sometimes, you know, you just got to step back and go, this doesn't flow with the rest of the car, and it wasn't. So really, really happy with how it looks. Also, super excited that I haven't touched this thing in a month as far as trying to start it. Put the battery in, it fires up first crank. Anytime you twin turbo something, you change the exhaust, you change everything. I mean, I've changed like 10 different electric sensors and it just fires right up, makes me so happy. We got more parts coming in for this thing. We're gonna still be doing our videos on it as much as possible. If you are not already subscribed, hit that button now. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff I do at the end of videos, and check out some of my other videos. Peace, love ya. Okay, one more to end the video. Eleanor.